So I hope you all had a wonderful Janmashtami celebration. So I did
Yes,
receive some
Mataji.
lovely photographs, some celebration. So that was very nice. I posted one video. All those people who still want to share some pictures, some videos of their home, some puja or some decoration or anything that you would have done, you can share with me. I can again share it in the group. So we can start our class.
Yes,
Our offerings to Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respects to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna. O Spiritual Master, I offer my respects to you. You are servant of your Guru, Saraswati Goswami, and you are kindly preaching the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and delivering the Western countries. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So we begin with the nectar of holy name, the importance of chanting, why there is so much of stress, so much of importance of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We'll, as usual, we begin our class with that. So I'm not sure how many of you are aware. There was a famous devotee, a very, very great devotee. His name was Haridas Thakur. There was a time I had actually taken an entire class on the story of Haridas Thakur. This was, I think, maybe last year. So in case people would have forgotten, I would repeat. We will. So Haridas Thakur actually was a Muslim, and with the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became a great devotee. It is also said that Haridas Thakur is an incarnation of Lord Brahma. So the story goes that Haridas Thakur had taken a vow, he had taken a promise to the Lord that every day he would chant 3 lakhs time the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So you can remember this figure, 3 lakhs. And how many times we are chanting every day? If we are chanting 16 rounds, We are chanting actually 1,728 times. How? Because one mala will be 108. So 108 into 16 will be 1728. That is if we are chanting 16 rounds. So Haridas Thakur used to chant how many times? 3 lakhs. So that is why he was also given the name as Nam Acharya. Nam Acharya. I'll just type it. Nam Acharya means Nam, you all know name, and Acharya is the guru of Acharya is the guru. So somebody who's the guru in just chanting the names of Lord. He's a teacher of all the teachers because he would chant so much. So he's also called as Nam Acharya. Nam Acharya Haridas Thakur. So while he was living in West Bengal, uh, there was a Muslim ruler who was very jealous of Haridas Thakur because he was very famous and he was a very pious devotee, and everybody in the village, everybody in the town, they would offer a lot of respect to Haridas, and they would be for all their discussions, they would approach him. If they had any problem, they would always go to Haridas Thakur. So this Muslim ruler was very jealous of Haridas Thakur, and he wanted to insult him. He wanted to bring bad name to him. So he made a scheme, and he called for a prostitute. And he said, "You go and propose him and tell him that you have want to have a relationship, you want to spend night with him, you want to have sex with him." So this is what the scheme was, so that once such a relationship happens, then obviously his name would be spoiled and everybody would start hating Haridas Thakur. So that was the whole plan. So this girl, this prostitute, she agreed, and she goes in the evening and visits Haridas Thakur. She dresses up very well, very attractive, and she's a beautiful girl, and she goes in the house of Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur is, as usual, we heard that he's chanting so much, 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs chanting means entire day, entire night he's chanting. He never stops chanting the name of the Lord. So when he sees that there is a girl standing at the door and wants to say something, so Haridas Thakur stops his chanting and he asks the girl, what is your desire? So the girl says that you are so beautiful, you are so attractive, and I am also so beautiful. So I would like to have relationship with you. I want to have enjoy with you. So now imagine if somebody who's a very pious person, somebody comes to your house and just immediately says something like this, how much angry you will be. You will be surprised, you will be irritated, you will be angry. But Haridas Thakur did not lose his temper. He did not lose his control. But he immediately asked her that, okay, I have taken a vow, I have taken a promise that I would be chanting 3 lakhs times the name of the Lord. So I will satisfy you, I will fulfill your desire, but you have to wait for some time. So the girl said, okay, I'm ready to wait. So Haridas Thakur is chanting, and in the evening, she came in the evening. So evening started, and then night started, and then slowly, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, the night started passing, and this girl is waiting at the doorstep, waiting for Haridas to finish his chanting and look at her. But Haridas Thakur is so engrossed in chanting that he doesn't break his vow, he doesn't break his promise to the Lord, and he continues chanting, and the morning also comes. So now this girl is almost sleepy, and she said, now the morning has come, what to do? So Haida said, so sorry, I wanted to fulfill your desire, but what to do? I have to finish my promise also to the Lord, so I can't break that promise. So is it possible that you come next day? You come today, you come next day, you come in the morning, you come in the evening the next day. So the girl got disappointed. Anyways, she had no choice. So she said, okay, I'll come in the evening again. So as usual, the time passed and next day comes, and again in the evening, the girl gets dressed up and she again reaches the home of Haridas Thakur. Again, the Haridas Thakur sees her and repeats the same thing that I'm fulfilling my promise. I have taken a vow. I can't break it. But I want to make you also happy. I want to satisfy you also. So don't worry. You just wait. Let me finish my chanting. I will attend to you. And imagine that he's loudly chanting. So this prostitute who's sitting at the door, she's also hearing. She's also hearing the chanting. She's looking at Haridas Thakur, and at the same time, she's also hearing the chanting. Again, evening comes, night comes, and again the uh, morning comes. And Haridas Thakur is busy in chanting. Again, the girl is half sleepy, and she says, see, he did not even refuse. Haridas Thakur didn't refuse that I will not satisfy you. I will fulfill your promise. If you have come with some desire, I fulfill your desire. But even I have one promise, so I can't break that promise also. So again, third time, he says, "You sorry, I will definitely fulfill your desire." The third time, you please come tonight. So the girl again gets frustrated and she again leaves. She also is very, she has been paid by that Muslim ruler. Uh, so she knows that she has to finish her job. And because it is her profession. At the same time, Haridas Thakur, he's a great saint. He's a great yogi. He's very calm. He's very peaceful. He's not getting angry. He said, I'm not refusing you. I will definitely fulfill your promise. So please come again in the night. So the day passes and again the evening comes. And when she comes for the third time, she falls at the feet of of Haridas Thakur and begs for forgiveness. She said, looking at me, so many men immediately, become lusty. They immediately want to enjoy with me. But you are looking at me. I'm sitting right in front of you, beautifully dressed up and with all my jewelry and everything, with beautiful dress. But you are just not getting attracted. So she fell and she surrendered to him. And she said, please forgive. And then she revealed the whole plan of that Muslim ruler. She said, I have not come on my own. I have come because there has been a plan to bring bad name to you, so that people start hating you. So I have not come on my own. It is because that Muslim ruler had planned uh, against you. So that is why I come to you. Please forgive me and please take me in your shelter. So Haridas Thakur immediately blesses her, and he absolutely has no anger, because such an exalted, such a big devotee of the Lord, anger is nowhere. You know how easily we people become angry, but he has absolutely no anger, no hatred. He doesn't hate the prostitute. He doesn't get angry with her. He's absolutely calm. So imagine, that lusty woman comes in front of Haridas Thakur, but he is not at all moved. He is not at all disturbed. Whereas he has successfully transformed the heart of the prostitute. He has made her a devotee. So that is, my dear friends, the power of association, the power of associating with the Guru, power of associating with a great Vaishnava, that you cannot change them, but they will change your heart. They will transform your heart. So it is said, and as we read it in the stories, that she gave up her profession of being a prostitute, and she became a Vaishnavi. She became a devotee of Lord Krishna. So I'll share two pictures with you. You can have, for an easy understanding, have a look at the pictures, that how she approached Haridas Thakur and how he was able to transform her into a devotee, and how then after that, Haridas Thakur left that place. He was living in a small hut, and he left that place and he went to the forest for he moved on to some other place. He moved on to some other house, because that's how, people who are sannyasis, they don't stay for one place, one house in for a very long time. So he moved that place, and that house then was occupied by the prostitute, and then she started practicing bhakti in that place. So I will just show you her image. So you see how powerful is the name of the Lord, how powerful is the association of a devotee, that it can purify any and everything, no matter how bad or how ugly anything it is in the world, but it can purify, it can beautify the Lord's name. The Lord's devotees are so pure that they can actually purify anything. So the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, as we were discussing, our first part of this Bhakti Vriksha, week 17, we are discussing about the devotees of Krishna's name, so the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that it is so powerful, and it can transform the heart of anything. It can purify anybody. So that is the story of Haridas Thakur. And now we move on to our philosophy, our week 17. So this was the glories of the holy name. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about how although we are part of Krishna as a soul, but we are also independent. Like how I often discuss the example of a son and a father, that how son does not want to live with the father, he revolts against him. And the father says, okay, I give you this house, you go and live according to your desire. You don't want to live with me, you don't like me, you don't want me to discipline you, you don't want to follow what I tell you. Okay, you want to be separate, you want to enjoy away from me. Okay, you go and live in this separate house. I have made it for you. So similarly, Krishna has made this material world for us, and we are those children who don't want to live with Krishna. So we want to live separately. And Krishna has given us little bit of independence. Not a lot of independence, but he has given us little independence. So today in this class, we are going to try to understand what is the meaning of that independence. So Jiva or we living entities, human beings, we have two choices. So what are those two choices?
Sorry, Mataji, just for clarification. When we say Jiva, you mean human beings or
Yes,
any?
yeah. Sorry, human beings. Because
Oh, sorry.
animals don't have that consciousness. No, the animals are not intelligent enough to understand God.
No,
Only
no,
human
that's
beings
why.
can.
No, no,
Yeah,
that's why I
sorry.
clarified, Mataji. When you said
Yes,
living
yes.
beings, I signed human, humans and animals. So I just clarified that.
No, sorry, my mistake. So it should be just human beings, right? So human beings have that intelligence because it is the topmost species. It is, and animals do not have that intelligence to understand God. Only human beings are intelligent to understand what is right and what is wrong, who is God. So with this intelligence, God has given us two choices. The first choice is, so we have to, in this world while living, we have to surrender. Surrender means accepting that I accept your authority. I accept you. So these two choices, when human beings come into this material world, they can make either one of the two choices. Okay, so the first choice is that I surrender to this material world. Means I enjoy only for myself. I live only for my senses. I
Oh,
don't want to.
sorry,
Uh,
sorry. Sorry, Mataji. When you said acceptance or surrender, I thought surrender to the holy name.
yeah, but that is what we're talking about. Two choices mean we either surrender to Krishna or we surrender to material world. These both are choices. That's what surrendering is, to both. So in the first choice, I don't want to connect with Krishna. I don't want to surrender. I want to enjoy separately. We do not accept Krishna as Supreme Lord. I care only about my enjoyment. I care only about my sense gratifications or sense enjoyment. I want to eat tasty food. I don't want to offer bhoga. I want to see movies. I want to visit theaters and malls. So basically, like if you remember, we last classes, 2 classes back, we studied about 3 modes. Anybody remembers? 3 modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. Anybody remembers?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Mataji. Everyone, most of them are
Yeah,
nodding their
nodding,
heads.
nodding their heads. Okay, so now imagine of all the 3 people, we were discussing that how the first one is good person, very pure person, but he is so happy that there is no need for him to remember God because he is already very, very satisfied. Although he is a very pious person, he is a very good human being. He does a lot of charity and he's a very nice human being. But he does not feel the need because he is already very satisfied with whatever life has given him. In the second one, we understood that how person is so passionate, he is so ambitious that he has no time to understand about God. And in the third, the person is very, very selfish. He is into drugs, he is very, very lazy, or he takes alcohol, or he is very, very selfish, that he is not bothered about God. He doesn't want, he's totally into darkness. His life is totally into darkness. He has no time to understand about God. I mean, not time, but he has no interest. He has no knowledge about God. So, in all the 3 cases, we saw that how all the people, all the human beings are totally surrendered to material life. They do not bother much about God. Their only interest is self. So our topic is we are discussing about independence. God has given us independence and he has given us 2 choices. And the first choice is that we are only worried about our own happiness. We are not bothered about Krishna. We are only bothered about my own happiness, my own enjoyment. So either I surrender to this material world. Material world means nicely eating, shopping, enjoying life, nicely dressing up, going to parties. So this is what it is, surrendering to material life, right? And in the second choice is we surrender to Krishna, right? So whatever we do in our life, we makes the Krishna is in the center. Means I don't do anything where Krishna is not there. If I eat food, then I offer bhoga. If I go for shopping, I see that how can I make some nice dress for Krishna. If I go to market, I will see that how I can, buy nice vegetables or nice foodstuffs for Krishna. As a family, I see that, everybody chants Krishna's names, everybody eats prasad. So basically, my life revolves around Krishna. I don't talk bad about anybody. I don't do negative talking. I don't, criticize anybody. I don't get angry because my aim is only to please and serve Krishna. So that is complete surrender to the Supreme Lord. So that is the second choice. So our life, our what we are going to get in future depends on whom we are surrendering to. If I surrender to material world, then I will get a life accordingly. My next life or future, whatever I'm going to get, depends on what I'm doing today, right? If I'm surrendering to material world, I'm always going to remain in this material world. I will take birth again and I will come back. I can come back as human being. I can come back as an animal or any fish or bird or anything. But I will always remember, I will always remain in this world. Or I can go to lower world also. Lower world means below earth, like some demon or some very, very low born insect. And even if I am very pious, even if I am in the first mode, like which is mode of goodness, then also I will remain here only. Means I will go to some Swargloka, or I will go to some other Brahmaloka, some other higher planet. But that higher planet is also temporary. That is also not permanent. Only Krishna's home, Krishna's abode is permanent. Rest, everything is temporary. So even if I'm doing good work, even if I'm doing charity, then also I cannot go back to Krishna. So we all know that, right? Whereas if we surrender to Krishna, if we take the second choice, then automatically, slowly and slowly, we will one day definitely go back to Krishna. We'll break the chains of this material world. Otherwise, we will always remain in the prison of material world. So material world is called like a prison. One second, I'm just typing something. Right? So you can have a look. Material world is like a prison. So even if if we remain in any of these three modes, we will always remain in prison only. And if I want to break this prison, then I have to surrender to Krishna. So I have to take the second choice. So now, thing to understand here is that God has given us higher intelligence, best intelligence God has given us. Now it is up to us what choice we make. God has given us complete freedom that here, my child, you do whatever you want to do. You want to come back to me, you surrender to me. You don't want to come back to me, you surrender to material world and you continue to remain here only. So Lord has given us complete freedom, complete independence. Because, and he has also given us intelligence, that you use this intelligence and you make a choice. Now it is up to you what choice you want to make. Right? So let's share the slides and have a try to understand through pictures. Okay, so could you understand through the images? So there were two slides. In the first slide, we can see one woman surrendering to Krishna. And in other world, people are lost in this ocean of material world. Krishna is watching. Can you see? Krishna is watching from the top, and he's seeing that how my children are suffering. And in other picture, the one lady, she surrendered to Krishna. And in the next slide, we see that how person who is not surrendering is in a prison, whereas the person who has surrendered, Krishna himself is picking him up from the ocean. So, my dear friends, we all have intelligence. We all have, God has given us intelligence to understand what is right and what is wrong. Krishna has told us that I have given you two choices. You can come back to me, or you can continue to suffer here in this material world. So the choice is entirely yours. Whether you want to come back to me or you don't want to come back to me, you use your intelligence and work accordingly. Right? So was it understand? Could you all understand this concept? Yes. So we'll
Yes,
finish,
ma'am.
we'll
Yeah.
wind up our class and we'll continue in the next session in part 2. And I hope it was, please watch the recording. And not many people filled up the Google form for week 16. So please fill up, please watch the recording. I have already sent it in the group. The link is there. Please watch the recording, those who missed the class, and fill up the Google form. As if most of you do not know that once we complete these past 10 classes, we will give you one certificate and we will move on to the next level. So if you want any
Sorry,
of you,
Mataji. Hello.
yes, I can hear.
Yeah, Mataji, just wanted to clarify when you say 10 classes,
Yes, the past ones which have already gone.
so that means week 1 to week 10
No.
or 10 classes?
Week 10 to, sorry, week 10 to, not 10, I think 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. In 9 classes. 18th will be the ninth class, last class. After that, we will issue one level certificate. So 10 to 18.
Ah, that's what I wanted to clarify, no? Yeah.
10 to 18, which makes 9 classes. So that is why I've been insisting you to kindly fill up the Google. As soon as the class gets over, I release a link and you are supposed to fill up that form. And those who are, even if you miss the class, not a problem. You just need to watch the recording and fill up the form. So if you have regularly attended from 10th class to 9th class 18, which will be doing finishing up in a 2 weeks time, then you are eligible for a certificate. Even if you missed the class, no problem. Even if you watched the recording, it is perfectly all right. And you should be regularly chanting 4 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Every day you should be chanting 4 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the eligibility criteria. 4 rounds of mantra and regularly attending all these classes. So then you move on to the next level. So next level, we will go to chanting 8 rounds. So those who have missed, kindly go back to the previous messages in the group and fill up the form. So we can take up questions and
Mataji, your voice is breaking just a little bit.
hello, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can I just take 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure. We can chant meanwhile. You can make spotlight for me, Sora.
I don't see your window, Mataji.
Yeah, good now. Can take up questions.
Hare Krishna, Namaskar Mataji. Today was very nice, the session. Like you said, the prostitute. Is there any place where she died? Is it Puri?
I don't know, ma. I have to find that out. I will find. This is from West Bengal. The story is from West Bengal, and I will find out about her details.
She's asking, what happened to the Dasi? Did she, live a life like a Dasi? Did she get married? Any history about her?
Think she got married. She spent the life as a sannyasi. She did not get married.
The two choices, like you mentioned, Mataji.
Yes.
Uh, so Mataji, what Uma Mataji is saying that since we have been sinning from a long time, it's not just this yoga. So it's some one of her friend I think told her that the heart can never be completely purified even if you choose Krishna's path, and somehow the soul is then transferred to a previous yuga, maybe Satyuga or Treta Yuga or something like that.
No, nothing like that. It's not correct. The power of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so strong that it purifies, it burns away all our past reactions. No other mantra can do. No other mantra, no other God has the power to burn our reactions or to purify us except the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We don't get transferred to any yuga. We do get transferred to the supreme world, to where Supreme Lord lives. So, but that might take time. It can happen within this birth, or it can take few more births, but it is true. So even if you, if not now, Krishna,
Yeah, Mataji, there are two more hands. So
yes, yes,
yeah,
we'll take them on.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So today is an Ekadasi.
Tomorrow is Ekadashi.
It's tomorrow.
Yes, it's tomorrow. What is it?
Sunday,
Is it?
10th September, Ekadashi, start 9th September, and Krishna, I can't read it properly.
Yeah, maybe
Krishna Paksha,
something.
Krishna Paksha,
Yeah,
Aja Ekadashi.
not Ajay. It is Ananda Ekadashi.
It is on his phone, Mataji.
Yeah, I mean,
Bhadrapada Aja.
we follow the ISKCON calendar.
Banaras, Kashi, something related to that, I think, calendar.
Yeah, so I mean, I also saw that. See, there is a there's sun calendar and there is a moon calendar. So generally, we are following the lunar calendar.
So he is fasting today, Mataji.
Okay, so I can't say anything about it. If he's fasting today, he would be following some other calendar. I mean, we follow ISKCON calendar, and so according to that, the fasting is tomorrow. So if he wants to follow, then he has to download that Vaishnav calendar.
Should I type it?
Yeah, I mean, I have been spreading that message. Yeah, I understand. I understand what he's saying. Even I heard that 10 September is Ekadashi, but then we are following the ISKCON calendar. So if he wants, I can send him the link to Vaishnav calendar. He can download it and follow Ekadashi according to that.
He held the fast today. He said he does have the Vaishnava calendar.
Okay.
So is that okay?
Yeah, it depends on him. It's entirely his choice what calendar he wants to follow. Your choice.
He's already given the fast, Mataji. So he will not be fasting tomorrow, Mataji. He says that he's already done it today.
Yeah, he's already fasted today.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, okay. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kanvat Pranam, Mataji. Today the session was really, really beautiful. The interpretation was also very nice. We learnt about the two ways. So if we, have like a sannyasi life and you have a businessman's life, the sannyasi, through the power of chanting, so his question is that even though you say that from chanting rise through life and get salvation and uh, you know get freedom basically of the soul, but then if you don't take a commercial path, I mean, if you don't work, how would you spend for your family? Where would the food come from, Mataji?
Exactly. That is why it is said that Prabhupada talks about God-centered life. God is in the center, and you continue doing what you are doing. Who's telling you to take sannyas and live life? You continue your profession. We are not asking you to leave, become a sannyasi. You have a wife, you have children, you have to take care of them, you have family responsibilities. So what you are supposed to do is do everything for Krishna's pleasure. So but the money you are earning, you spend for Krishna. You are earning knowledge, you're gaining knowledge. you gain spiritual
Sorry,
knowledge.
Mataji, when you say earning money spent for Krishna, can you please explain that? It's a little difficult to sign, no?
Yes. So how do you do that is when you are going out for work, when you are stopping at a shop for vegetables or fruits, you pick up, the consciousness should be that, what will I go home and prepare today? How should I spend money that, that money is used for Krishna's service. So when festival comes, you donate for Krishna. When otherwise in routine life, you buy fruits and offer it to Krishna. You cook nice vegetables, you cook nice dishes and you offer it to Krishna. So basically, whatever food you are taking, wherever money you are spending, you always have the consciousness of Krishna. And you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you preach about Krishna, you tell your children to become Krishna conscious. So basically, whatever little things that you do in your life, you make Krishna as your center. Krishna is like how if you have your parents in your house, suppose you have your parents, grandparents in your house, what do? When you cook, the first plate goes to them, right? First plate goes to your parents or to grandparents, right? Similarly, Krishna is the head of the family. Don't think that he's just God. He's part of you. He's your part. He's the headmost part of the family. So the first plate should be offered to him. So these simple things. You don't have to really do anything very grand or very big. Simple things include Krishna in your life. Whenever festival comes, try to visit the temple. Try to do some service in the temple. Give donation in the temple so that it can be used for Krishna conscious activities. So you don't have to leave your life. You have to take care of your family, your children, your wife, their education. Education means try to make your children Krishna conscious so that when they grow up, they make their children Krishna conscious. When you meet your neighbors, you talk about Krishna. When you meet your relatives, talk about Krishna. So that is what is the meaning of making Krishna the center of your life. Nobody is asking you to leave family life and go to the forest.
Yes, okay, okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Time is up. We can take only one more. Hare Krishna, Mataji. So I have seen the YouTube lecture sessions. Like Mataji said that the next level, you're saying four. Oh, sorry, just trying to understand. Yeah, she's saying that Mataji, I don't chant 4 rounds every day.
Okay.
So,
So that is the criteria for getting a certificate. You have to start chanting 4 rounds.
okay, okay, okay. Just wanted to clarify
Yeah.
that, Mataji.
If you want that certificate, then chanting 4 rounds is compulsory.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
We'll take Swati Mataji also. Mataji, when you say donations, I am not that well off, Mataji. I don't have so much of money. So how do I donate money?
That's okay. So there is a chapter in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says that there are various ways you can, uh, serve me. So in the sense, so donation is one type of serving. Those people who cannot spend time in attending classes or chanting, so they can donate, right? So if you don't have money, it's okay. Don't worry. You spend your time and your energy in other activities. Like you can preach about Krishna, you can offer bhoga to Krishna, and you can do other Krishna conscious activities. You can stitch dresses, stitch jewelries for Krishna, make jewelry for Krishna, offer nice bhoga. And we're not talking about big donations. We're not saying that you give hundreds or thousands of rupees. So even if you have some 50 rupees, 100 rupees, that also you can donate. Who is asking you to donate big amount? You can donate a small amount.
Yeah, I can donate, Mataji. I can donate food.
Yeah, if you want to donate food, then you have to donate prasad. Not normal food, so that other people also get.
My Mataji Dayanand Data is asking what is the use of the certificate.
Encouragement so that you can progress in Krishna consciousness.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
So thank you so much. That brings us to the end of our class. And please watch the recording. I will release the recording so that you do not forget what we have learned today. The two choices, using of your intelligence, use correct choice either to surrender to Krishna or to the material world. So thank you so much. See you all next week. Most likely, we might have a session tomorrow. As I had mentioned, that we are doing story learning exercise, that there are devotees who are practicing Krishna stories, small stories. So there might be a class, there might be a very small 15 minutes to half an hour session tomorrow at night around 9 o'clock. So if I send the message, then please request all of you to join and send the message to others also to join this beautiful class. I won't be taking no interpreter. Devotees only will be sharing the Krishna story. They will sign and
You won't be there, Mataji.
I would be there. I would be there. I will not be signing. I will be just, uh, connecting everybody. Right? So, is that it? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Saurav.